Hello everybody. Welcome to the channel if you are new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. I am so freaking excited to get into this video. This is a plan with me for the week of December the 16th through the 22nd. And if you've been with me for a while, you are going to be like, what the actual F is going on? This is a lot. It's a lot. I have been very inspired by Kina Prince on Instagram lately. I will put her handle somewhere on the screen. I'm actually going to edit this video like a big kid, but I'll also throw it in the description. So I have been trolling her Instagram for ages, and I absolutely love her very clean, very productive, memory keeping, all of it. It's freaking beautiful. So I sat down and I trolled her Instagram pretty hard yesterday, and I decided that I really wanted to try some layouts inspired by her pages for the next week or two and carry them over into 2025. So I am even reconfiguring kind of what some monthly spreads were going to look like. I found her and decided, like, okay, we're going to give this a go and see what happens. And I think that by doing this, I'm actually going to solve a lot of crossover problems. So what I mean by that is by tracking information in more than one place. So for instance, I'm trying to think, like, I'm using this page to branch out into other parts of planners and into other planners. So reminders to actually like update certain things. Like even after I did this prep, I was like, I still want to reconfigure like some of the tasks. An example might be that parcels might turn into orders, because I'm not always expecting things, but I might need to order things. Orders might even come over here at some point. I am going to continue to play with this section. So maybe like changing up what like instead of post, maybe film, like maybe I need to have like a really film heavy week or something. I think I'll always be changing like my apartment tasks, like especially the 10-minute one. I feel like this was a way for me to, I think the redundancy would be personal items that are going to go back to like my habit tracker, things of that nature. But what I'm hoping to do is by having it all here in one place, that it will make it easier to fill in the other sections. Because I feel like that's where I struggle the most is I want everything to have a place so that I have room to flex and it's not squished into a tiny area. But I also don't really love being redundant and having information so many places to update, but sometimes it's actually important. So I feel like that was a lot of ranting and raving, but let's just go through it on a topical level, and then we'll go ahead and plan Monday out, at least as far as I can go. So the first thing I put up here was a super cute little mood tracker. Yeah, you can see it, and I'll pull it up. There we go. I'm also going to leave this flat, and I'm going to take this off. So if you want to screenshot it, you can for your own personal purposes. This is just my sticky note telling me that I wanted to use the Coffee Monster Co. Holiday Cheer Kit this week. So I'm going to just throw that on the back there so that I can put it with the kit for next year. So I did a little mood tracker up here. I'm going to do weather here. I've done weather at the top before. I just want to try it here and see already on the front level or on surface level. I don't feel like this is enough room for me to put like an icon of like sun, clouds, rain, something. And and that's actually backwards because that should be the high and that should be the low. So I've already made mistakes. Originally, I was going to film setting this all up, but as this was the first time that I was doing it, I really didn't want to do that because I knew I was going to stuff it up if I tried to film it at the same time, and I still stuffed it up in a couple places. If you guys have been hanging out for a while, then you will know I struggle with where to put my podcasts and my watching. So typically I would put it down here at the bottom. I've also put it in the day before. I didn't have a lot that day. I've tried this. I've tried a bunch. I've tried a bunch of different things. But I am wondering if this will work. Another thought that I had was using, I'm gonna pull this out anyway. But I don't have a ton of these, and I'm not going to have a ton of these. These like Monday through Sunday lists, but I would only be able to write one show. And while that would be fine for a normal, like maybe January or February or something like that, right now I'm watching like multiple Christmas movies a day. Like it's a little psychotic, but I'm okay with it. So what I decided to do was I kind of wanted to do it like this. And I may try that next week when I have a little bit more of my sidebar, but because this washi strip, not washi strip, but washi, the decorative strip goes all the way into this bar, I really didn't have the room to like break it out quite to that level. So what I want to do is just put a dot in between. So I'm going to finish the FX Christmas Carol because it expires on Sunday. From Hulu, and then it's a pain in the butt to find. And I'll go on to watch some more Christmas movies today, but this way I can just kind of keep a running list. If I run out of room, which could definitely happen, I actually have I wonder if they're up here or, okay. I just thought about this. I could use this little guy, which I love. These little sticky notes that are like perfectly sized for this. So I think that's going to work out really well. So I'm going to use those. One thing I want to say, I'm going to highlight over podcast watching, personal, the Monday through Sunday, parcels, content, business, Monday through Sunday, apartment, and Monday through Sunday. I'm going to highlight over all of those with a Tombow 761. I have to wait because if not, I'm going to smudge all of that. And I didn't want to do that. So what I would like to do in future videos is put that down early because I can just write over it pretty quickly. I don't have to wait very long. Maybe like a few hours if I want to, really not even that. You guys have seen me do it like inside of a 20-minute time frame. So, okay about that. So in the personal, I've got skincare AM and PM. I've got tarot, vitamins, log meals, steps, reading, and flossing. And then this little section, like I'm going to skip a bar or skip a row and then do my water tracker. The only part where it's going to get kind of tight is right here. And I didn't really notice that until I was done. So that's something I want to fix moving forward as well. I don't want it to be quite that tight. And I also don't think that's going to be a problem next week because next week is Christmas and literally we have a half day here and it's like a kind of remote day here. So I'm not even going to have that business section at all. It'll just be content and I really want to focus on that next week. So I think it's going to, again, go back to just playing with it a little bit. This is obviously going to be the tracking space for it. Parcels, lots of Christmas presents are inbound. So my Happy Planner and Coffee Monster Co., I think this is funny. The Happy Planner thing at this point is 2 days late. So fingers crossed some of these packages don't end up too late because some are Christmas presents. Coffee Monster Co., I think it's going to end up being tomorrow. It was supposed to be today. But those are going to be haul videos that you guys are going to see at another point in time. I'm shuffling around some videos because of those late parcels and obviously the end of the year, let's get all of our setup videos rush. So I'm not even sure when this video is posting in my timeline. As far as content, I've got update, which I need to be doing every day. And this prevents me from having to put it like in the bar necessarily, doing my daily page, my 5-year entry, and if I want to post. Now that could mean my YouTube post, it could be a Facebook post, it could be an Instagram post, whatever. And then I've got a list for the apartment: make bed, litter box, dishes, sweep, vacuum, 10 minutes in the closet, which sounds really weird. So let me clarify, especially if you're new. I have not developed because I did not come up with this. I think this came from maybe bullet journal method. or Miracle Morning. One of the two. Originally, I think it's called like a 1-minute task or a 3-minute task, something like that. I did 10 minutes because I feel like 10 minutes is solid enough to like get me in the swing of it. But a 10-minute task is something that is a rather large project. So this might be in this case, cleaning out my closet and getting it in order. Sometimes it's a topical thing. It's like I've thrown everything in there and I really need to just go through and put the sweaters away, and I need to hang some things up instead of them just being all willy-nilly. I need to put shoes back up on the shelves, like all that good stuff. Sometimes it's that the closet is actually clean and I can say, okay, so today I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna work on the jewelry organizer that's on the back of the door for 10 minutes. And a lot of times what I do is I throw on a podcast episode and I end up in there for way longer than 10 minutes. Now, sometimes that 10-minute task is my email. Like if I'm at work and I'm like in the office, I'm not necessarily like gonna be, so it's kind of like, if it's a home day, it's a home project. If it's a work day, it's a work project. But I'm not hard and fast about that rule, because sometimes like my email's okay. And sometimes the email is actually my personal email. It's not even my work email. I think I'm pretty good on my work email most of the time. Sometimes it scans, like I just let scans get out of hand and I need to organize it, and it doesn't even take me 10 minutes. But that's something that's really worked well for me. So like I said, anything that looks kind of spaced out, or like it's a heading, I am going to go back and highlight over. I'm just going to give it a few days to settle before I highlight over that, so that doesn't smear. So I think that about covers all of the topical, really fun new stuff. So next, I am very excited because it is actually my day off. This is my, so as far as PTO goes, I typically, I'm just going to put it here. I typically get one Friday off a month, and then I typically save a little bit of PTO for the holiday season. One, because in case I get sick. So I usually bank 2 to 3 days. Usually if I get sick, if I end up needing the day, like in this particular case, I really just enjoy being able to kind of go Christmas shopping, Christmas adventuring without the whole holiday crowd that's out and about on the weekend. So today is, and I've typically done it on a Friday, but I'm kind of hip to this like Monday thing, and I think I'm gonna like it a good bit because I feel like people do take Fridays off or have them remote, but I feel like everybody's gonna be at work today and I can get out and go do a couple things that are productive that I needed to do. I'm so sorry if I sneeze, I can feel it tickling. So hopefully I won't, but I feel it. Excuse me. And I'm starting to wonder if I have sneezed in every video lately. So if you've been hanging out for a while and you're watching my videos and you want to know, or if you can tell me, that'd be swell. Not that it really matters. I also want to see if this like darkens it. Okay, it does. So maybe 2 coats to match more of that red, pink, that pinky red color. I kind of like that. Okay. So I did my day off sticker. The next thing I want to do is a planner sticker. That's Christmassy and fun. Okay, I don't know what stack it's going to be in though. We're gonna see. It might be here. It might be in actual planning. That's interesting. There they are. How do I not have more of them? Most curious. I think I came up with this. I think I figured out that this may not be the only one. It might be in 2 places somewhere along the way. Maybe I didn't. Okay, irrelevant at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna use this super cute little planning girl with coffee because I am actually going to treat myself to, like I said, some adventuring. So I am going to be taking my planner supplies with me, and I really want to go take myself to breakfast. And like, okay, so if you live in a bigger city, then you will understand what I mean by this. That like, so I live in the Atlanta area. It is a large area. So it can take hours sometimes to get from point A to point B. So I am actually going to go from where I live to an area about an hour and a half away ish, and kind of, it depends on traffic, hour to hour and a half, and kind of run around in that area. And so it's somewhere that I used to go during the holidays a good bit because I just love that area. It's done up for Christmas. It's a really nice area. And I actually happen to have some errands that I also need to do over there, like drop off some alterations. I want to I actually want to get a foundation match done for a new foundation. I've been using the same one for half a century, I feel like. So there's that. So what I want to do is make a list. I didn't get up until about 6, which was kind of nice too. So I'm going to do a slash and do film. Plan with me. Okay. I'm going to do HC 2025. I don't like how I'm writing. Wow. This is not helpful. Okay. I really want to focus on the setup, getting my 2025 setup done. I am going to write update because I need to update all the planners. And then I'm also going to challenge myself to December 2, to do 2 December pages. I think that is great because I'm going to have some filming that I want to do later. I am going to do my very important and essential tidy apartment. I'm going to be driving, so I'm gonna go to breakfast. I just realized that's my last, like, granted I only have like 1 week left to go here, but I kind of wish I had more of the driving. I always have like a ton of the darn recycling, but I don't know that I'll be using a ton of these moving forward. I think I've talked about that a little bit. I want to start moving over to the tiny icons. So I want to do breakfast, but then I want to go to Nordstrom. Where's my like actual list? That's where I need to drop off some alterations. I need to go, I want to see if American Eagle actually has some jeans in my size, because I'm kind of down to like 2 pairs of jeans because a bunch of them need to be repaired, unfortunately, which it's okay. And then I want to do Total Wine. And then I'm so sorry about any of the highway traffic. I cannot control that. think I'm trying to avoid doing things right there specifically, but I think I'm gonna do 5 daughters, abbreviated, Container Store, abbreviated. If you can hear my stomach, I'm really sorry. I think that happened in another video where someone was like, oh my God, your stomach. So I'm sorry. And like I said, I am going to treat myself to a couple of things through this. So I'm going to take myself to breakfast and plan and do some things. Then I have desperately been craving some Cheesecake Factory fried mac and cheese balls desperately for months now. Like basically since I got back from Orlando, I've been craving them. So I want to go get them. And originally I was going to try to wait for happy hour. I don't think that's going to happen. I really, truly do not. So I think that is about it as far as planning. I do want to film, but I don't know what's going to get here. And I really it's holiday season, anything can happen. So I might come home and wrap gifts. I might come home and be able to film. It says it's out for delivery, but I don't trust anything in that regard. So what I am gonna do is mark off my AM skincare. I haven't done my tarot or anything else on here. I've already, like I said, done the weather. The litter box is done. The dishes are done. And I did sweep. I did put sweep / vacuum because I do feel like it's kind of a twofold thing. I do want to try to vacuum if I can, so I'm not going to mark it off completely. And I don't know where I'm at on my water intake. I don't think anything of note, like maybe 1 cup. So we'll update that a little bit later, but all right, guys, I'll see you guys soon. All right, it is Tuesday morning and we're gonna check off a few things and I'm just gonna kind of show you where some updates are. So I started off yesterday pretty excited and then my mood kind of dropped really quickly. Like I just didn't have the best experience out and about, I guess is the best way you can describe that. I don't know. I did get mostly everything updated as well, but I didn't do anything with my setup or my December pages. I did tidy the apartment pretty well, but left it pretty much in shambles to go to bed. I did go to Nordstrom. Like I said, I just didn't have a really fantastic experience, unfortunately. Normally they're really good, and I'm trying to benefit of the doubt it a little bit and think it's like the holiday haze. I worked in retail for over a decade, so like I completely understand that this is a psychotic time of year. And that was just really, I don't know, it was just really not that great. Like I didn't feel like anybody wanted to help me, and they basically told me they couldn't do my alterations, which was weird because they've always done them. So, and I obviously drove like an hour and change, like an hour and a half to get there. So I was a little upset about that. I did do a quick swing through American Eagle. I didn't find anything, completely forgot Total Wine. I did go to 5 Daughters and skip the Container Store. I also did not submit the Jones paperwork, which was totally fine. I can do it today. So that's the reason for like the mood change here. I've popped in the weather. Oh, and I also started to get really hot. So, so I drug all my alterations into the store, threw them all. And then they were like, no dice. Then I went down to Beauty to get my foundation and a color match done for a new foundation I wanted to try. And they just, it was a thing. And then I had to drag all the alterations and stuff back out. And I was in a sweater and it was getting much warmer than projected. It ended up being a warmer day than the weather said. And so that was, yeah, and I was in a thick ass sweater. So it was not having a good time anymore. And then I did end up going to my mom's. And that ended up being kind of nice though. Like I was there for like 2 seconds, but I could tell like she wanted me to stay and she wanted me to hang out and I just couldn't because traffic. But another part of that was her telling me that she's been cleared to drive. So she's actually going to come to my house next week for Christmas instead of me going to hers, which was a massive relief in so many ways. I did not want to have to drive to go pick up our donuts and then drive to her and do all the cooking and then drive home after that. Like, I wanted it to be a little bit more settled and a little bit more like last year. I think I talked about this in a previous video that I was kind of bummed because I really did want to do what we did last year, which is we had a girl slumber party on the 23rd into Christmas Eve. So we do, I might switch it. I need to ask her if we're going to switch it up a little bit. But last year we did pizza on the 23rd and then had spicy roast for lunch, which is like a family recipe that we cook every Christmas. And then I got the Five Daughters donut box. I love how this somehow explains donuts. But it's this very ornate, pretty, bougie donut box that you could eat alone, but I don't recommend it. I've done it. A lot of waste happened that way because they're just very rich. They're bougie donuts. So I really wanted to do that again with her, and I was very excited to find out that she was going to come here and do it with me. That does mean I need to tidy up the house a little bit more, but it was a big sigh of relief. So there were really big highs and really big lows yesterday, but by the time I got home, and I did end up going to Nordstrom's Rack and Publix. Like, I was just kind of like a little pinball. I know the perfect sticker now that I'm saying that. I felt like I was just like this little pinball that was like running around all over the place, and I couldn't do it anymore. Oh, and I also have another sticker I want to put in here. I'm gonna do a box because I never get a box. So this was happy planner for order. And then I'm just gonna put very exhausted. I felt really bad because I was probably super cranky on the phone with Jeffrey at this point. Like, he kind of had to we ended up on the phone on the way home, and I was just very crabby cranky. My feet hurt. I was disappointed with the shopping experience. Like, it was one of those, like, if you go shopping and you can't find what you're looking, like, you have a very distinct picture in your head of what you're looking for, and you know that that's not going to be out and about. Like, you know what website you need to order it off of, or you're trying. So for example, like, the night before I was like, I want like an emerald, like dark green workout set, and I really want like a pink scarf, and I found them, but then I couldn't find a sales associate to help me. So it was like stuff like that all day. And I mean, I get it. Again, it's holiday season, so I'm trying not to like get too in the weeds, but I was just like, bleh. I was not into it. Okay, I'll do that so they kind of like inverse each other a little bit. Like I said, I was hella exhausted, so I pretty much didn't do anything else when I got home. I have done my AM skincare. I'm gonna log my meals today. I can definitely tell I did not treat my body well yesterday. So this morning I got up at 4. I slept hard like a freaking toddler after a tantrum, which makes total sense. I have been tidying up. I want to see if I can go to maybe Publix or Target before work today. Like, I think I'm gonna have to like just hit grocery stores intermittently. So what I want to do is I'm gonna do a little bit higher than I normally would. Okay. And then I do want a filming icon, like a little one. I don't know if I'm gonna make it though to get groceries this early, because I really want to do filming more this morning, because I'm just like very excited and anxious to get some filming done. Okay. And then, I don't know, it's okay. I don't know why I did a slash, because I haven't done it yet. Film. Happy. Planner unbox. I really don't think I'm gonna have time to do the groceries. I think that's gonna have to be an after work project or a tomorrow morning project. Maybe. Could happen. I do at least, I've already like showered and all of that good stuff. I usually have gotten better about that these days. Then I want to handle some work things. Let's see if I have like a Christmas work sticker I want to use. I think all of my Christmas work stickers are more of like remote, which I don't know, I may put in here. Today is a paperwork heavy day. I feel like these are always the hardest ones for me to use, but these are kind of where I'm at. Okay. Okay. So I need to do Jones, Jackson, I need to probably do I'm just going to abbreviate that. I need to check on 2 risk assessments. And then I'm going to go ahead and write Ullengren, because I estimate that that'll be ready for me to work on today too. Then I'm going to do 10-minute Gmail. I'm not a fan that I'm like bleeding over to the side. Now I want to have like a planner type of sticker. I don't think that my Coffee Monster Co. order is going to get here. We'll stay tuned for that. Oh, I already have a whole sheet. Sorry, that was exciting. Okay. I definitely have to do my HC setup today. And that is short for Hobonichi cousin. So I'm gonna do HC 2025. Setup, and I do want to focus on that. I will also update all the other planners, and if time permitting, 2 pages in December. I am really not optimistic about that, but I'm going to throw it on there. And then I am going to gently write groceries here. I know Jeff is planning on coming over, so I'm not going to estimate to do too much. I'm just gonna work on groceries and laundry and kind of hanging out with him. This leaves a little bit of room. As far as this goes, I have made the bed and kind of worked on 10 minutes in the closet, but not completed that. So that is where I am at there. Oh, I did put little slashes down here because what I want to do is leave it empty if I didn't do it, but do a slash if it was like, oh, you didn't do it because you weren't there. Like I was off yesterday, so it doesn't matter. I am watching Frozen while I get ready this morning. I might watch Frozen 2 just to kind of continue that. And then the last thing that I can think of is I'm gonna do some little water drops. I'm usually falling too short these days, so I'm gonna let those dry and then I'll outline them like the little water drops that they are. And I'm gonna move all of my stickers and toys so that I can scoot that up and leave you. I still haven't gone over and highlighted everything. I'm also having second thoughts about the color. I think I'm gonna stick with the pink though, because it comes out like a pinky red. And I think that that would be really nice. I've also considered this blue because I kind of like it. I've also considered yellow, but I think I'm gonna end up landing on that pink that we looked at the other day still. I think I'm suckered into that. So there we are. I'm sure Jeff and I will watch like a Christmas movie of some type this evening. Maybe like something he's more into, like Violent Night, I think was one I picked last year that he ended up liking. All right, perfect. I'll check in with you guys in the morning. All right, everybody, it is time to wrap up this video. Like I said, I wanted to do Monday through Friday, and then I'm shooting a separate daily planning video for the 21st because it is also Yule. Before we get started, I do want to make apologies for my pinky nail. I bruised it, slammed it, don't really entirely know, but I had to get the nail off. I'm trying to let it breathe overnight, so I'm sorry, that's not super cute, but we're gonna press on. So you will see I have updated the weather. I have been keeping track of what I've been watching and all of my trackers down at the bottom. I'm not saying that I was successful with all of the trackers, but I was tracking it. So we're just gonna be updating Wednesday through Friday. But I am very excited because I think I'm finally brave enough where we can highlight over my pen. So I'm gonna use 312 because I kind of wanted to bring the green out. It does look like it's running a little bit, but not too much. I just wanted to bring that green out just a little bit. I'm gonna do I want to do the pink or do I really like the green? So I'm retracting the pink. I was gonna use 761 because it was like a pinky red, but I really like the green. I don't love that the ink is still kind of running. I've already set up some other spreads like this, so we won't have that problem in the future, actually. Because like I said, I've already set them up. I really like the green. I think it gives much more of a Christmas vibe. And then I want to use this little blue marker. So this is 451 for my water tracker. I did actually get all of my water yesterday, which is comical because I did not today. I only got one whole bottle of water down, but I did have an entire cocoa that I was very excited about, and it was much needed. So I went ahead and checked off everything I needed to on my checklist for Tuesday. And now I can go into Wednesday. Kind of have my handy dandy trusty messy sheet off to the side. So the way I'm pretty sure I left it was that I was gonna go over to Jeffrey's for the evening, which I did. And I had salad and he had a pub sub? No. That is not what happened. I didn't go to Jeffrey's until Thursday. I think I left it this way because Jeff was coming over and I had chili, he had Firehouse. That's what happened. Not that any of that matters. So next morning I tidied the apartment. I should note that it is rather late on Friday. And that is definitely affecting my well-being at this point. I'm gonna do another film icon. For the work planner. And I'm just gonna go ahead and check it off. Do I even have, I do. It's like, what is the name of this planner and can I write it? Professional penny pincher. So I'm gonna put in quotations work because it was not like, this is my catch-all planner. Like everything goes here. And so I consider this a work planner just as much. But this was actually purchased for me as a specific work planner by my boss, which was very nice of her. And then I went to Target. And then I was at work and had several phone calls. So let's do a phone call sticker because I feel like that's not as common anymore and I would love to get that on there. And I also had a meeting. I think I want to use the yellow. Just to pull that yellow star out. Okay. So I needed to call ACL because I had a few things with them. It's like 3 tasks for one situation. And then I needed to call Delaware Life. Then that meant that I had to deal with Jackson separately towards the end of the day because of some of those were updates for her. Gonna do Hague. That's kind of misleading, so I'm gonna take that off. I started Hague. So I'm gonna do a slash, and then another meeting sticker. I may not. Outside of, yeah, I think I've used them all. I've used them all in the sense that I got new ones and they actually arrived on the 17th. So I definitely want to grab them if I have them handy. Handy is now a relative term, so we're gonna just skip that because I don't want to take up too much time looking for them. My bags are literally all over the place today. I want to just, let's actually try to look here. Maybe I have like something that I can use for that. I like these. Let's do that. I don't like that it covers everything up. That's trying to think of something else maybe that I did during the day that I can like pop in there. But I don't know what it would have been, except for maybe Ollengren. I can do Ollengren just to, it didn't involve a phone call, but there we go. It just serves a little purpose. And Rutkowski. And it was their second app, so I'm just gonna put a 2 in there. And then I ended up skipping Joann's and Five Below. I ended up doing that today. I've still got quite a bit of like last minute shopping type of things to do. I'm gonna do I kind of like the critters. And I'm gonna write Coco and s'mores. There we go. And it filled the whole box. That's adorable. So Cocoa and S'mores event at the apartment at 5:30. And then Jeff and I actually just stayed in. Oh, I really love how this spread is turning out. Oh my gosh. Like, it's definitely boosting my mood. That's freaking amazing. Okay. So next morning, kind of the same thing. Tidy the apartment. More filming. I thought I was gonna be able to film and like really wrap up this video yesterday, like get it closer, but I was only able to, I filmed some unboxings, or like Happy Mail rather. So I'm gonna do a film and post Happy Planner haul and TCMC order, because it got here as well. And then I did not do any grocery stores or anything because I was like right there on the cusp of time. Went straight into the office from there and needed to work on an application I'm gonna say that this was like kind of the highest of high priorities, and I had to work on Hague and did most of the day. And then from there, I'm just gonna put Redtail because I just checked other Redtail tasks. Like literally my entire day was working on that application. That was it. And then I also, I'm so frustrated that I don't know where, and I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry about that. Excuse me. Gracious. I'm a little bummed I don't know where that order is right now because I have 2 stickers already that I'm like, oh, I would have loved to have used those. I am looking for a planner sticker. Because while I was, this is kind of funny, while I was waiting on questions to be answered, I was working on my 2025 setup for my cousin and like updating my planners. So that was kind of nice. I guess I can skip lines. It's just weird. I don't like it, so I'm not gonna do it. It's awkward. All right, so I updated some planners. I did not get to my December 2. I really struggled this week with, I really didn't even do a daily. I worked on my Hobonichi cousin for 2025. The only thing that was stopping me was the fact that I didn't have washi to finish it out. And then I'm gonna do a line for budget. And then I'm gonna do scan receipts. I'm clearly just trying to fill the space. And then I drove out to Jeffrey's and drove back this morning. I went and got some Christmas grocery, what? Is that English? I went and got Christmas groceries, or some of them, and I will be working on some Christmas cleaning like a mad woman this weekend. So I'm gonna do Kroger, and I did not remember everything, which was really unfortunate. And then I'm not gonna do Walmart after all. I think I'm gonna go to Publix if I absolutely have to at this point. My list is kind of dwindled down. Like, it's very, and it's not all necessarily related to like Christmas cooking. I think for that, I'm like pretty narrowed down to a few items. I'm gonna go to Kroger in the morning, which we'll talk about in the morning. But I'm gonna go to Kroger in the morning. And I do want to use I like want to put somewhere what color this is so I don't forget. Just so I want to know, and then I'll use 451. And then I almost used this pink. I don't know that this would have worked, you know? Like, it's just coming out very pink, and I think it would have worked, but I like the green more for sure. I'm glad I went with that. Okay, so have all that super cuteness. Now I don't know if it would be in here or not, or in my working. Ha. Okay. I can still use snowmen into January. Let's see what we've got. I feel like we've got lots of super cute reindeer. We've got some hats going on. I definitely feel this mode, actually. I was very Grinchy today. I was not very elfy today. So this was Hague. ACL. Gren. Redtail. Most of it was trying to get the Hague things figured out. The calls to ACL to check up on other things, and Ollengren, and kind of pushing that. I watched something from Tiffany's and Frozen 2, and it's like creeping up on 9 o'clock, so I'm probably just gonna get in the bed at this point after this. But I do want to do another like little planner video, or planner sticker. Got a super cute little girl here, super cute little gal here. Let's see. I could do update planner. Or winter planning, maybe. I feel like there was another. Because it's reading. Okay. There it is. It's like, where the heck? Oh, I'm gonna use the washi because that was the last thing for the setup anyway. So I did an update. Film, plan with me. I'm completely done with Hobonichi Cousin for 2025 setup. So that is thrilling. I was gonna try to film it today. The day just really got away from me. That was just not a thing. And I have made quite a mess today. Like, this apartment looks insane right now. There's like paper and craft things everywhere. So that's gonna be wild. And I made delicious hot cocoa and had it in a very fun and sassy mug. And so for that, I am grateful. Let's do these super cute little water drops at the bottom, and we will call this spread finito. I can't think of anything else that's like really pressing. Honestly, the last 2 days have been working on kind of like these all-day apps. And it really shows. A lot of these orders, I think all of these orders are here and they're in the package room. I just want to be sure before I check them off. And I'm not going to pre-plan anything into Saturday because I really just want to like do a full-on planner update in all of my planners tomorrow with a really cute kit. So I think that's where I'm gonna leave it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me. I know it was a little different and I'm kind of low energy here at the end and I have a sad nail. I feel like that really speaks well to the whole thing. Like, you guys get to see like the whole downward spiral. Tomorrow will definitely be more upbeat. I hope you guys enjoy that separate video, and I just really wanted a day and a video where I could go into each of my planners and make it a little bit more of a daily journal vlog than like more about the journals than about the daily aspect of it. So I hope you guys enjoyed both videos and had a very lovely holiday season, because obviously this will post after that. But until next time, enjoy creating your own little winter wonderlands. Bye everyone.